Back here with Tim Doyle, Matt Norlander. Matt, really no surprise here. Luka Garza came in hyped as the player of the year. Of course, we had Cade Cunningham, Ayo Dosunmu, and Corey Kispert, but Luka Garza separated himself this season for sure.
He did. He is the worthy recipient of this award. The NCAA tournament is sometimes outsized in its importance and its narrative ability to take over a college basketball season. Iowa didn't make a Sweet 16 run, but when you look at the entirety of what Luka Garza did in this season, and I have to note, it wasn't just that he performed well. He was the preseason CBS Sports selection for National Player of the Year. We've actually been tracking this for more than a decade. He's only the second player in the past 11 seasons that we identified in the preseason to be the National Player of the Year and then went on to do that. Jalen Brunson in 2017 is the only one out of Villanova to also achieve this. So he earned it. He was a wonderful college player, the best player in the history of Iowa basketball. He rightfully deserved the award. I'll tell you this, he had 36 in the second round. Iowa did not fail to move on because of him. He stepped up, had a wonderful season, an unbelievable career. He is an Iowa, Big Ten, and college basketball legend.
Yeah, and I got a chance to spend a few minutes with him, and I really wanted to pick apart what he thought of the teams left. And he made a really interesting point that when they went up against Gonzaga, he got Drew Timme in foul trouble. And that is something that a lot of teams are going to look to try to do, whether exploiting him in the pick and roll. And he just said, we couldn't stop Suggs in that game. Jalen Suggs with 7 of 10 from 3. But we got a chance to talk some footwork. We talked about some of our best bars in Iowa City, which obviously, Matt, I've attended on a very high level, especially traveling throughout Big Ten country. But the biggest thing I'll think about Luka Garza on the floor, consistent. I mean, every night it was just 24 and 10, book it. And then his offensive game evolved just from more footwork and strength and post moves to stepping out to where he became not only a capable three-point shooter, but a reliable three-point shooter. Whether it is basketball or anything else in life, this kid is going to excel. He's got a wonderful head on his shoulders, an outstanding example of what is so right about college basketball. Great example of a student athlete, and what a wonderful year he had.
You evaluate a lot of talent in terms of NBA talent, Tim. Where would you put him in terms of the NBA draft this year? Is he a lock for a top 10 pick?
No. I think that the NBA is a different beast. I do think because of his offensive skill set, there's a place for him. But so many times in professional sports, it's finding the right fit, meaning finding the right system. Wes Welker, I'll always use him. He could not play with the Dolphins. Couldn't even make the roster. Goes to the New England Patriots, and he has a Hall of Fame-like career because it was the right system playing alongside of Tom Brady. So the pros is all about going to the right system. The way that he's able to shoot the three, and with the evolution of the three-point shot, especially in the basketball, there's a place for him. Finding the right team is going to be the key. But I absolutely love spending time when he's an outstanding young man.
What do you think about it in comparisons to like a Nikola Jokic that kind of do it all, right? A triple-double kind of type machine, a double-double machine, a big guy that can shoot the three, can score in the post, and do all that defensively as well.
Jokic, a much better passer at this stage. Garza can definitely score. In fact, the discussion around him and how he is going to project at the next level now gets interesting. I do enjoy the fact that we appreciated Garza for what he was as a great college basketball player. I love that he returned and exceeded the hype and again, had a legendary college basketball career. He is always going to be considered at that status in that state, in that conference, and in this sport. But now he goes on and tries to make something happen in the pros. Defensively, there's plenty of room to grow. He knows that. Everyone knows that. There is a lumbering quality about him. It doesn't mean that he can't be successful at the NBA level. I actually think that he can, and I think in many ways Luka Garza as an NBA prospect will, to a certain extent, dictate for the next 5 or 6 years how similar players, big men that can develop into reliable three-point shooters that might not be elite on the defensive end, can he stick in the league for a long time and land in the right spot? I believe that he can. I think there's actually been a little too much. Luka Garza is going to be a great 12-year pro overseas. To me, there's no reason why he cannot be an NBA player for a decade plus, given how great he is on the offensive end. We sometimes focus too much on guys who lack defensively. There's plenty of issues for other teams having to stop him from scoring, and I do think that he is going to be set up for he'll have multiple contracts he signs in the pros. Let's put it that way.
Well, he stands above the rest in college basketball, winning the Naismith Player of the Year, and literally stands above our Gary Parrish. Take a look at this. 6'11" Luka Garza, and a generous 5'5" for Gary.
Yeah, I mean, I'm totally good with that. I think on the Eye on College Basketball podcast, my man GP might try and tell people he's a 43-year-old, 5'8", fully vaccinated man from Mississippi. I'm here to dispute some of those claims. And look at the spacing. Let's hold it right. Look at the spacing with GP. Okay, he was trying to get he's trying to get a little bit more removed. I feel bad for my man. How are they going to do this to Parrish? How are they going to put him next to Garza?
I'll tell you what he should have done.
How are they going to do this?
I'll tell you, no, absolutely not. You walk towards the camera.
Yes,
like my wife and I can't take head-to-head photos because I look like John Merrick, the Elephant Man, right? So we realized that because I would always have the selfie. He needs to take steps towards the camera. That way he'll appear bigger. Hakeem, you agree?
Yeah, that's accurate. I mean, because that's accurate. That's the way to go about it. Or just sit. Because one time I did a segment with Brad Doherty, and he's a foot taller than me. So just sit down.
What, they should have just sat Indian style on the court? No, that would have been funny. That's funny stuff.
Just sit on a chair and do the interview. But that's fine. They're shooting hoops. But it's a senior from Iowa, Luka Garza, that wins the men's Naismith Player of the Year.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.